Hi, everybody. I hope you guys can hear me. If you're able to hear me, put a one, please, and then I'll know. And I've got to share this. Hold on. All right. Talk about shutting down communication. Very interesting live that was done last night in the wee early hours of the morning. Well, I guess it started in the middle of the night, and then I don't know what time Christopher Proudfoot comes up on screen. I don't know, but I thought it was incredibly interesting um, because it seemed to have been strategic. Now, I'm going to admit something here. I might be giving Mr. Proudfoot more credit than I should. And if I am, I apologize. But it was so interesting. The dynamics were really, really interesting. And just real quick, too, just a little side note. I also found this to be very interesting. At one point during their live, they started saying, "Oh, the green team is imploding. They're melting down. They're falling apart." Um, what? What are you talking about? Because I don't think the green team has lost like their $15,000 retainer private investigator. I don't think people are running scared. I don't think people are suddenly jumping up on panels all across YouTube talking crap. That seemed like the pot calling the kettle black. The comment that, "Oh, the green team is imploding, they're running scared." What? What? It's a really strange thing to watch these people. They have some curious ways of talking about issues. In some ways, it's sort of like whatever they're doing, they project it onto other people. It's pretty strange. But I thought the live last night was, I was ready to go to bed. And when I turned it on just to see, of course, they're going to be playing Brittany J. They weren't. And it was such a bizarre dynamic that I just couldn't tear myself away. One of the things that makes it bizarre is Turlin. You know what? I'm country. Like, I was literally born in the sticks. Promise. Why do you say Turlin? Isn't her name Terry Lynn or Tara Lynn? But Turlin, that's like saying turlet. Who says turlet? That's so strange. And I do talk country. I do. Like I've had people say, "Oh my God, I love listening to you talk because you have such a southern twangy." The twang comes from Texas, but look, I'm from North Louisiana, just a little few miles from Arkansas. I'm from the sticks. I talk country. And I don't know that I've ever heard anybody call a toilet a turlet. So weird. Okay, well, anyway, so this is the group of people that are making fun of others. Like they're unforgiving in the amount of bullying, and they can dish out a lot of pain. And you have to ask yourself, well, what's the answer? Like, do you fight it by being equally as passive aggressive or bullying bullshit or targeted harassment? Like, what's the best way? And I'm going to tell you something. The very worst bullies in the world are people that were absolutely bullied themselves. And so anytime somebody is referred and bullying or aggression is is the issue. First words out of my mouth. So who bullied you? And I've had kids, teenagers before look at me and go, what do you mean who bullied me? I'm in trouble because I did XYZ. I'm like, no, I know that. But what I want to know is who hurt you and how old were you when you were hurt? So this group of people that has so much fun, and they do have a lot of fun, make no mistake about it. They laugh a lot. This group of people that's having such a good time at Brittany's expense or at Seth's expense, I would have the same question for them. Who hurt you? Like, why is this something as a grown adult? Why is this something that you love? Like, why would you say to yourself, I want to make a YouTube channel where I post every single day, and every single day my posts are going to be targeting people, making fun of them, hurting their feelings? Like, how is that fun? Even Cletus, who I think is probably smart, like I think he's probably like got a good head on his shoulders, normal guy in real life, all that. Even he came into Brittany J's last night and he was like, oh, I think we should all laugh more at each other. Oh, okay. So that's how we're going to do it. When somebody mistreats you, just mistreat them back and then it fixes everything, or you double the amount of discomfort and pain. So I got to admit it. I got a snarky side to me. Gonna own it. But I just can't see how that helps anybody to turn around and begin mistreating other people. I'm not sure how that helps, Cletus. Like it is fun to find, funny things about people and, make fun. Like I got these stupid ass reading glasses and I put them on and I was like, oh, I don't know if I can go around wearing those on my head. So they have to go away. So they went away and I got just some normal old brown tortoise shell reading glasses and I feel much better about myself. So, occasionally funny things do happen with people and they do silly things, right? And I get that. It is fun to make fun of people like that. Or like when Will Smith went up on stage and slapped, what's his face? Yes, people do funny things and we should be laughing. And I have always said that I wanted to do a channel and the name of the channel be Stupid Human Tricks to highlight and showcase people that are just doing silly, ridiculous things, right? We do stupid things as people. We do stupid things. That's not bullying. Bullying is going after one person, making a post every single day for 6 months, ripping this person to shreds, calling them the most egregious names on the planet, making fun of medical conditions, slandering them, destroying their public reputation. And really about the only thing that I can figure out her offense is that she's simply doing what YouTube is telling all creators to do. Like all of the tactics, all of the mannerisms that Brittany J uses in her lives, there have been training videos, discussions put out by YouTube in the YouTube studio to YouTube creators to do these things. And Clue knows it. All of you guys know it. I do think Clue knows it because I think I think she's just observant and smart. And I think when those recommendations for those training videos came up, I think her natural curiosity would have led her to watch the videos. Maybe Queen Bee didn't, some of these others. But the reality is is that YouTube is constantly training YouTube creators. KJ Mack can probably tell you this. Hey, KJ, it's good to see you. Is always teaching creators how to use their channel, make more income, get more engagement, grow your channel. YouTube puts those videos out and they highlight them in the YouTube studio. That is all Brittany's doing. She's one of the few creators that I see. We get the video and then I see it actually being enacted on the channel. And what she's doing, trying to make a real career so that she can stay home with her children. You guys have somehow, in some godly way, determined that you guys are all knowing and perfect, virtuous people, and you're ripping her to shreds. And it's bizarre. I'm not from Arkansas, baby son, but I'm just a few hours, not even out, a few minutes drive across the state line. Think Magnolia. You know where Magnolia is? Okay. Yeah. Just a little hop, skip, and a jump across state line, right? So, so welcome, baby son forever. It's very nice to have you home, folks, right? Are we from the sticks or are we from the sticks? All right. So I have about an hour and I'll be off until after tonight. I'm always going to support Britt. Thank you, Reality Wins. You're a sweetheart. Okay. So Terlin is on a rampage. I don't know why. And it's very difficult to manage these conversations with Terlin because you can hear this running, she kind of has like this running self commentary. No, I can't. That's not going to happen. Nope, not for me. I'm not doing that. No one's going to say that. Oh, that ain't happening. I'm not going to do that. And she doesn't really notice or care that other people are trying to talk. So as other people are having a discussion, her voice is right underneath there constantly. Nope, not going to do that. She also shows absolutely no kind of awareness to show interest in what other people are saying. What she has to say is most important, folks. Okay. All right. So this whole thing is predicated on Terry Lynn comes up on the panel and they begin this conversation. And of course, you know, there's something curious about this because Bullhorn Betty said that she watched out the window on the 5th story of the courthouse. She watched out the window. She could see Christopher Proudfoot's mom furious, that she was so angry. She had like the veins in her neck were standing out, and that she was screaming at a woman and she's pointing her finger as she's screaming. All of this out on the front lawn of the courthouse. I ask you, intelligent people, is this the proper behavior for public spaces? If you're in public, do you really think that you present well and you represent your family well to be out there screeching and screaming and pointing your finger, and there's court going on and everybody's standing there because there's a missing kid out there somewhere? You as the grandma, the one who is supposed to be mature and taking care of the family, you embrace your need to melt down at that moment in time with a million eyes watching? It's crazy. Imagine what that house is like behind closed doors when nobody's looking. If she's willing to behave like that in public, just let your imagination go how bad it must be behind closed doors. So the story, the cumulative story from all the different people telling their perspective, what they saw, their point of view, that Mama Bowersox was screaming and yelling at Terry Lynn on the lawn in front of the courthouse after the hearing with Bullhorn Betty. There's witnesses, there's attorneys that watch this. Chris Proudfoot comes out of the courthouse, according to Chris. And Chris looks and he says, oh, hell, Mama Boom Boom is about to go beat down with the great evidence finder, Terry Lynn, who seems to be the only one that found anything related to Sebastian Rogers out in the woods. And he says, I better go over there and take care of that. He's talking to himself. I better go over there and take care of that before there's a bad situation, right? Before it gets ugly. And he's telling this story. It's not a lie. It's not conjecture, or what does Chris say? Speculation. He walks over, he gets in between them. Now, attorney's perspective. The attorney says that yes, Chris Proudfoot did yell, without a doubt. And we know he is a yeller. We don't mean he's yeller like afraid. We mean he yells like, ah! He yells not at Terry Lynn. He yells at Mama Boom Boom. So my guess here, this is conjecture and speculation. My guess is that his mom is saying, how dare you let this woman blah, 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 blah. And Chris says, Mom, we're trying to keep it together. We got a different image we got to put out there because they're meeting with the DA every week. These people watching us, they're the potential jury pool. Mom, go home. That's what I think happened. I think there was a discussion. I think there was a family boom, boom discussion. And they said, we have developed ourselves a pretty bad reputation for being aggressive and angry and having a short fuse. And that's not going to look very good to the potential jury pool should we ever need to be the subject of a jury. And we better get back on that high horse and start rehabilitating our image. And Mama Boom Boom, because it's in her nature to fight and scream and yell and act like trash in front of the whole world. Mama Boom Boom went after Terry Lynn because Terry Lynn seems to be getting real cozy with folks, if you know what I mean. So that's where I think it all went. All right. So now Hong of the green team, not Brittany J, but Team Sebastian, right? He comes out and he says, there's some mighty strange things going on with Ter Lynn. Ter Lynn sort of sounds like cooter, doesn't it? Like a turtle. There's some mighty strange things going on with Ter Lynn. Like, why is it that Ter Lynn is the only one that found anything related to Sebastian out in the woods during the searches? Why is that, huh? Weird. And Hong said some things that were very inappropriate that I shall not repeat. But I'd have been mad too if I had been Ter Lynn. Yeah? So now, because how fickle is woman, correct? So now that Hong has come out and cast shade at Ter Lynn and said, what's the real reason that you're so interested in Sebastian Rogers? Why is it that you're so chummy with folks? What is it you're actually up to? What's your goal? Now she's mad, and now she's been welcomed with open arms into the Proudfoot fan club. And that is how we end up now on a Friday night. Ter Lynn is up on panel with Queen Bee and Chris Proudfoot. Now, Clue was on the panel, but Clue wasn't like on the panel. She was playing video games and talking to Cletus, and she didn't really give a damn about what was happening. But just listen, it was crazy to watch. All right.
Good night, Jadis.
Okay,
All right, guys.
girl
Bye.
for life. She leaves the panel. Turley, I'm praying for you, girl.
Yeah, there was a lot that happened tonight.
Yep.
Did y'all not read what was written on Twitter or whatever y'all want to call it?
I don't think so. We can go pull it up if you want me to. Damn,
Okay.
barbecue coming in, dropping some love.
Ooh,
Barbecue dropped 50 on us.
Damn barbecue.
Well, if you don't want to talk about, if you're not comfortable, I'm not going to ask you to talk about it. You know what I mean? I don't want to put you in any kind of position that's going to make you, you know what I mean?
Well,
I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. I don't want to put you at risk. I don't want to put your kids at risk. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know what's going on, but I'm just saying I don't want to cause any bullshit either, you know? Because I know how these fucks can be.
Oh, really?
He did delete that. Where he said that about us running him over. He sure did delete it. Why?
Yep.
Stand up and stand by what you write. Because people have it.
Was there something that sparked that? Or was it just out of nowhere?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't even have a clue.
Oh, sure you do, Turlin. You got a clue, girl. You still
yes, and I don't even. I only met that girl yesterday.
Okay, here we go.
I bet you she, in quotes, it says TL had the dirty time, and it says with the bed, and it says with CPU. What the fuck is that, Hong? How the fuck you gonna say some shit like that?
Well, because they're friendly, real friendly. And I know that's gonna upset another YouTube creator, but we won't talk about that.
And what the fuck? So, who gives a fuck what was shared on my screen? Who gives a fuck? Why are you worried about it? Hold on. Then she said her daughter's not. Who the fuck is he talking about over here?
That is not even half the truth right there.
Is this you? He's talking about you right here?
Correct. And she's never had a license. That's a lie.
Why does he give a fuck about your child?
That's my point.
Then she said her daughter is not allowed to drive anymore. Well, she never had a driver's license to begin with, so why is it your fucking business, Hong? She also feared kidnapping. Why wouldn't she, motherfucker? Look at how the fuck you guys have been acting, in my opinion. You've been acting reckless as fuck.
Oh, wait. I missed that.
You have a woman who is scared that her daughter will be kidnapped if she discusses poker. Then you have to ask yourself, why fear kidnapping? Why can't she drive? Why did they blame Bobby for a hit and run? Makes me wonder if someone did him over and they're trying to pin it on someone now.
Did you read that? Hit and run? Never. You just read that right there.
Yep. They said, why'd they blame Bobby for a hit and run?
Yeah, they did. Your boy, SF Investigator, it came right out and said, Bobby, her sons, they have some shady business. They have some things to answer for. That Bobby's son was out in the dark, in undercover, the middle of the night. Please. They all but absolutely said that Bobby and her children killed Sebastian. You guys didn't have any trouble then. You thought that was perfectly fine. And now that Hong is suggesting, oh, gosh, what happened with a hit and run? Now you get upset? Why? What's the difference? Bobby was an actual neighbor and was trying to talk and help with the investigation. This is something different.
Correct. Never have I ever. That's when he's saying that, and we're pinning it on Bobby. Never have I hit a child. Never run over a damn child. That's disgusting. And I've never been in cahoots with Crimson UA Tide or whatever her name is.
Well, there's a lot of people saying, I don't know about this, but there were a lot of people that were saying that UA Crimson and Terry Lynn are real life friends. I don't know that that's fact. So I was pretty surprised when she said that on this live, that she didn't know her name. That was weird to me.
This is dumb as hell, Hong. I can't believe you're even acting like this.
Now
Putting
just
all this
stay with
stupid ass
this.
shit out here like this. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Notice what they're
And I
talking
shouldn't be
about.
bothered by that, right? I have to live here too. He does not live here.
Oh, you know what, Terry
There's
Lynn?
no protective order. Fisher tricked.
Guess who else lives there, Terry Lynn? Bobby. Bobby lives there. And her kids go to school there, Terry Lynn. Why now is it so important? Because now your name has been treated exactly like Bobby's name was treated. Exactly. I have to live here. Yeah, well, you know what? The world doesn't revolve around you and Chris Proudfoot. There's a ton of people out there who are trying to live their best lives. You didn't give a shit when they were saying that about Bobby.
Y'all and Granny's idiot lawyer put it in the filing. Really? Crimson and Terry Lynn are two of several people behind a troll account on X. Those two work together. Crimson. This is a fucking lie.
Okay, now watch this. See this topic of conversation. This is what I want to point out too. They're talking about UA Crimson, which is SF Investigates buddy, Chris Proudfoot's buddy. She was really good friends with JS for Justice, and that kind of blew up, I think. I could be wrong about that. But they're saying Crimson and Terry Lynn are two of several people behind a troll account on X. The two work together. Crimson's been feeding info to Flasher from the start. I don't know what Flasher is. She impersonated his victim's target with other victims. Then they use the information to combat other victims. Crimson impersonated Mike Ferrari, Flasher's old business partner, to get into the direct messages of people who he victimized. There is no protective order. Flasher trick, y'all, and Granny's lawyer put it in the filing. Pay attention to the topic.
Lie.
That's a lie. I don't even know that girl. Plus, she said that I was a mole for Seth at that park that time when she was texting Stephen. So that's a lie.
Look at this motherfucker. Talking about Avocado and Crimson took Crimson under her wing. Since shit hit the fan, they've been sharing info since March last year. That's a motherfucking lie. Another one. Carolyn knows more than she says. That's fact. She planted and found more evidence than anyone else. Gotta ask yourself why.
Make sense, please. Because your client, oh my God. It was stated your client planted the evidence that I was supposed to find, which was a lie. So you put that on your own client, not me.
Pay close attention.
Yeah, your house of cards has been fallen. That's for sure. You guys are burning it down, Hong. What
now,
up?
Magically, there's Chris Proudfoot. Boom. And what was just on the screen? 2 photos of his dad, Terry Bowersox. This photo, it's so hard to get it because it was an instant. There we are. So this photo of Terry Bowersox was shown on the screen, and then she quickly rolled away from it. Personally, I don't see anything wrong with the picture. I don't know why people made a big deal of it. It's just him probably hugging like a grandchild or something. It's not anything to me. But the things they were saying about it were not nice. I'll put it that way. And then the other one was the picture with the whole Bullhorn Betty thing, where he's in the car, right? So watch how quickly, at exactly what point, Christopher Proudfoot comes up on screen. They've just started talking about Hong. Now they're implicating Terry Lynn that she has knowledge and she's up to no good. Watch how
Well, hang
fast
it.
it
Oh
takes.
my God. It was stated your client planted the evidence that I was supposed to find, which was a lie. So you put that on your own client, not me.
Yeah, your house of cards has been falling.
What?
That's for sure. You guys are burning it down, Hong.
Here it comes.
What up?
Listen.
What up? Is this Chris?
Yep.
Oh, how are you, man? What's up? What's happening?
Yep.
What's going on?
Yep.
In there.
It's so
What's
bizarre.
going on?
Listen.
That's a lie.
Look at this motherfucker. Talking about avocado and Crimson took Crimson under her wing. Since shit hit the fan, they've been sharing info since March last year. That's a motherfucking lie. Another one. Terry Lynn knows more than she says. That's fact. She planted and found more evidence than anyone else. Gotta ask yourself why.
Make it that makes sense, please. Because
Watch.
your client, oh my God.
One picture of
It was
Terry
stated
Lynn
your
was
client planted the evidence that I was supposed to find, which was a lie. So you put that on your own client, not me.
There
Yeah,
it is.
your house of cards has been falling. That's
Watch
for sure.
how
You guys are
fast he
burning
comes
it down,
up on
Hong.
the panel, and he's pissed when he comes up. He won't admit to being pissed, but listen
What up?
to his voice.
What up? Is this Chris?
Yep.
Oh, how are you, man? What's up? What's happening?
Hanging in there.
What's going on?
This
Sitting
is
there
so
laughing my
weird.
ass off at y'all earlier.
We were going off about that damn Rose thing. Holy hell, man. That shit was too much, Lady V. Thank you, barbecue girl. Dropped 5 on us. Thank you. I appreciate that, baby. Yeah, we were Rose. I didn't know nothing about that till well, I guess that girl had played it on Brittany's stream, and then Clue found it and fucking played it. And yeah, I was like, oh my God, what the hell? If your husband gives you that, he's giving you a 2-week notice, huh?
It seems to be an occurrence over on that channel.
My goodness, man. Shit's been wild. How you been doing?
Hanging in there.
And then I got accused of being paid off by, well, never.
What's happening?
You and Terry Lynn have had a chance to chat, haven't you? You guys have talked privately.
Yeah, we've talked
Okay.
offline.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just didn't know if you guys had a chance to chat. You know what I mean? I knew
He
like
didn't. He talked to me outside of that courthouse. He did not scream at me.
right. Well, you know how the
and-
rumors go. Of course, it was like he was just being.
He's crazy. And now I'm being accused of taking money. It's crazy.
Taking money
Yeah,
from
that's
who?
wild as hell.
And he's never given me money a day in my life. I don't know him like that. Sorry.
Oh,
And
they're
I
trying to
won't be
say that
accused
I gave you
lies.
money?
I will not sit here and be accused of shit that's not true. I shut that down, and I will shut that down. I'm sick of it.
It's so weird,
Oh,
isn't
don't
it?
worry. I'm sure there'll be a lot said.
Well, and
Just
also
because
that
I'm up
man
here on the
said I
panel
slept with
tomorrow.
you. Well, that man
Oh.
said I slept with you. It's a tweet. I'm not going to be accused of lies. I will not.
You slept with
Who said
him,
it?
Terry Lynn.
It's on that
What?
tweeter. She just showed it.
Oh, you're
Hey,
talking
you
about
didn't
the
see Hong?
rejected Chinese doughboy.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's the one running his fucking cock box.
Yeah, he's also the same one that put a damn tweet up saying that he's gonna fucking sue me.
I'm going to tell y'all something. This group of people, they have a way with the English language that I ain't never heard before. Like the people in my life, I've never heard this kind of language before.
Ain't that wild as hell? So I think it was wasn't it At Night too that put one up?
Well, they're all the same.
I
They
guess
were
it's
one
all
and the same.
right. Yeah, that was wild as hell too.
Last night
They just don't know when to stop, honestly.
It's dangerous.
Oh, it's dangerous. Darlene, was it dangerous when SF was saying that on a channel with hundreds of thousands of people that Bobby's son hurt Sebastian? Was that dangerous? Or it's only dangerous now because he's turned in? Wee. Unbelievable. You people are unbelievable. Unforgivable.
Well, yeah, and they were hired to, find Sebastian. It's been everything but Sebastian. They don't give two shits, in my opinion. If they did, they wouldn't carry on with the shit they do. They wouldn't continue with the shit they do. They wouldn't keeping on with the things they say.
Projection.
Especially Hong doing the shit he's doing now.
Projection.
Doing the shit he's been doing,
And I don't even know him.
It's incredible. It's truly, it's incredible.
I mean, here's a better question I guess I have that, be cool if they could honestly show the facts and not their Jenga of lies and misguided information and whatever they come up with. But
that's what I should call this live. I should change the title to Jenga of Lies. What is Jenga? I don't know what that means. But Chris said it, so it must be a real thing, right?
they're supposed to be an intelligence agency, correct? Is that what they've told you?
That's what they call themselves.
So who's
that's what they call themselves?
That's what I want to know. Where's the license? Like, who's the license under?
You're right.
Who's the owner?
Yes, Megan L.
To be honest with you, I believe it says Hong, but then there's that Alex dude too. So I don't really know, honestly. Hard to tell, really.
Sure,
they call it the LARPer agency.
Cannot be a non-citizen owning an intelligence agency inside the United States.
What?
Just saying.
In my opinion, that's not what they were hired for. I think they were hired for what's directly written on their website to paint a narrative.
Paint a narrative? Oh, you mean like SF Investigates was trying to do? When SF Investigates told Chris Proudfoot, sit your ass at home, shut your mouth, don't you dare go up on a live at all, and let me manage the public perception of things. Which is when he came out and he said, well, I have watched 200 hours of security videos from that night. And I know that Bobby's boys were hiding in the bushes, laying in wait under the cover of darkness to get little Sebastian. Law enforcement should be questioning Bobby. That kind of narrative, Clue? So are you talking about? To rewrite the public perception, correct? Because Chris Proudfoot hasn't been on any of these streams in months, except when he had to come out and say, don't talk about my truck. Don't you talk about my truck. Why, Chris? Tell us about geofencing warrants, Christopher Proudfoot. SF exits stage left after acting like a little girly man. Oh, you're interviewing Julie Skolnick. How dare you have a conversation? I can't stand that OJ for justice. She just won't let me be the boss. So he takes his ball and goes home. And now, who's the ringleader? One Christopher Proudfoot. Mr. Proudfoot is trying to organize all the moving pieces. He's trying to be an SF Investigates. I'm not sure you're sinister enough to do that, Chris Proudfoot. I think SF Investigates is in a league of his own when it comes to ominous bullshit. Anyway, go back, listen to this again, and pay close attention to how quickly Chris Proudfoot jumps into the conversation as soon as they start talking about Hong implicating Terry Lynn, and then the photographs of Bowersox come up. He immediately jumps in and no one says anything. It completely stopped conversation. Listen to this.
In my opinion, I agree with that. Barbecue Lady did a $200 super sticker, says we all can clearly see that Hong is trouble. Ice Hong out. This Rico isn't going to go all the way this Rico isn't going to go the way they wanted. Fabricated bullshit going after and bullying everyone, but won't take a link. Nope, he will not take a link. He is way too scared to be coming up on the panel. He's definitely not man enough for it.
Listen.
Hired to wreak havoc. Yeah, that's what it seems like, and that's what it seems like it's been.
It's wreck havoc.
I mean, you can't even put out a goddamn video of your son riding a bicycle without them tearing the shit apart.
Hired
talking
to
all kinds of
wreck
shit.
Havoc, not wreak havoc.
I don't think he knows why Seth is doing this, but I know that you guys stand up for him a lot, even though he's doing a whole bunch of bullshit. And for that, I have a lot of respect for you guys, because there's no way I could do it. Y'all are better than me. That's for sure.
Well, there's a difference in bullshit and the difference in a father grieving, missing his son. There's two other parents, not just him. We're all in the same boat.
Isn't that interesting that Chris Proudfoot is forming alliances with Seth? That Chris Proudfoot is presenting as this reasonable, gracious, kind, empathetic man. Oh, don't be upset with Seth. Seth, look, me and Katie, we're just like Seth. We're missing our son. We can overlook and show grace to Seth. This is a new Chris Proudfoot, isn't it? If you think this is a new Chris Proudfoot, a new improved model, put a 1 in the chat.
I mean, that's one side of the coin. Whatever they do on the other side of the coin, that's their own personal business. You know, it is what it is.
No conversation again.
Well, like y'all said, all we can do is really keep it about Sebastian, and that just keeps getting further and further away from it, you know?
Yep, keep it positive, Queen. Keep it positive, girl.
But you know what? It's almost a good thing, because once once the drama kind of gets shifted, I think it'll get back to Sebastian.
She said, like y'all said, keep it focused. No more drama. Let the attention get back to Sebastian. Who's driving this new ship? Christopher Proudfoot? Would that be you, maybe? Listen to the conversation. There's none.
Yeah, it'll be
It's
nice when all that shit dies and it just stays about Sebastian.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
going to be
I'm
nice?
glad you and Yada got a
Enjoy
chance to talk.
that
She did
too?
shoot me an email, so I was waiting on her to send me those alleged threats that happened in the chat. But you know what? I was happy that she did come forward, and I'm kind of happy that she's able to try to help Granny and Barbecue with what they need.
Well, Yada, as far as I know, she's done what she needed to do, and
Hopefully, they leave her the fuck alone now and leave her be.
mm-hmm.
I know Brittany's madder than fuck at you.
I don't
She's
give
ready
a
to light
shit.
your ass up, boy. She is ready to light your ass up.
Isn't it strange how they were just talking about no drama, be nice to people? It's no sound, quiet. No one has a damn thing of interest to say. Then the minute they bring up Brittany and they can like bully and be mean, now they're chuckling and laughing again. You know, I don't really understand, but that girl, she has got you guys uncomfortable. Why? Because she can be entertaining and kind all at the same time. Though it seems like to me the only time you guys can talk is if you're being shitty to someone. Do you not know how to have a conversation about stuff? Is it all just junior high bullying, being mean to other people? Why is that? Why don't you talk about things, evidence, historical truths? Nope. Only thing you guys can do anything that you find amusing is to gang up on one young woman who's just simply trying to make some money so she can stay at home with her kids who are special needs. So I care. It's the damn thing I've ever seen. Weak.
She's fucking pissed.
Not adults.
She's mad as hell that you called her name on Clues Panel. She is fucking pissed.
She's mad at me because I just said what her name, which everybody refers her to.
Right, Butterhead. That's right.
Yeah, so Chris called her Butterhead, which is actually a racial slur. And he made fun of her medical condition. And he called her Crater Face. But man, he was madder than an old guinea, a little wet hen, when someone called him Lord Farquaad. Right, Chris? Do you remember that? Do you guys know who Lord Farquaad is? Let me help you out. Let me make it crystal clear. Hold on. Let me make it crystal clear who Lord Farquaad is. Whoops, wrong one. Lord Farquaad.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
This is Lord Farquaad. While he may seem like just another unserious character in an animated kids movie, there's more to him than one might initially believe.
Yes,
Every
there is.
aspect of Farquaad was crafted with meticulous intent, from his insidious worldview to his perfectly maintained castle. Farquaad is a much more compelling villain than he has any right to be. But perhaps the most interesting aspect of his character, and indeed the whole movie, is the spiteful, real-world rivalry that allegedly motivated it.
Is that? Ugh, it's hideous.
Oh, that's not very nice.
All right.
It's just a donkey.
He's just a donkey. I love Donkey. Donkey is my favorite cartoon character of all times. All right. We are finished here. I invite you to go over, watch the live, pay attention. Once CP gets up on panel, conversation, boom, it's over. He intentionally shut down the line of communication related to Hong and Terry Lynn and the drama. So go watch it. It's actually pretty fascinating to listen how there's no talking. Ginger, you're a sweetheart. Thank you. Ginger says, Jules, I always enjoy your perspective and insight. Thank you for using your platform for good. You're appreciated. Thank you so much, Ginger. Triggered, new member. Thank you, Triggered. All right. Y'all have a great, great day. See you later.